It's Friday, April 18th. It's Good Friday. I'm off work and we're finally planting the garden. I've looked forward to this day for a very long time. So I would hope that you'll enjoy coming along. Let's do this, Lolo Faye. So we've taken everything out of the greenhouse and basically laid it out where it's going to be in the rows in the garden. And right now we're going to chop down some of the overgrowth. We have purple dead nettle all over the garden. It's a pretty cover crop. The bees seem to like it, and they say that the flowers have a delicious taste. So as you may remember from a previous video, the soil here is better suited for pottery than it is for planting a garden. So to give our plants the best advantage possible out of the pots, we're giving them a mixture of vermicompost, peat moss, blood and bone meal, sand, perlite, and we're going to mix that together with the native soil in the hole just to give them the best advantage possible out of the pots. Well, we finished it all up. It was a lot of work. We went into the evening and I ended up getting sick somehow in the process, but I'm a very sore, very tired person. So forgive me if I'm a little reduced of vim and vigor in this video, but I'm going to give you a backyard garden tour and show you some of the features that we've installed here. Come on. One of the easiest to notice features about the backyard garden is that it's on an incline, and it's such clay soil, the water does not seep in, it runs off, which gives me an advantage, because as the water's leaving the property, I've dug what I casually refer to as swales, and then a berm. So water, I've seen it happen so far this year, I've seen it happen last year. This soil sucks at draining. Hopefully the mounds are good at absorbing. Water runs down and fills up these areas here. And these are deep full of mulch and straw and everything from last year when we tilled up the garden to begin with. Just soaks in here and then it becomes available to the plants in the berm. Also, these berms give us a little bit more planting area. We're planting our main crop on the top and secondary crops on the sides. There are onions and spinaches on the sides. This is a special head of broccoli here. It's the one that Lolo planted herself. A single seed went into a little dish of dirt and became this beautiful specimen right here. It's actually one of the best we have. I think we planted it a couple days before we planted everything else. But it's really, really beautiful.
let's choose this one and show you the progression of this particular broccoli throughout the coming days and months.
This is our pole bean trellis. It may also be used by cucumbers and zucchini, that's up to them. And behind me there are some sunflower starts, which will be used as bean trellising later on in the season when we start a second crop of those. This whole fence here used to be covered in vines, all kinds of different ivies, poison in fact, and trying to get it to be a little bit more useful than that. So what we've planted down here are loofah gourds. They're very useful for cleaning cast iron pots, which is something we do on a nightly basis around here. So if we can get them for free, that's great. This will probably produce us 10 years worth of scrubbing loofah from just the 2 seeds that we planted. The vines in the previous garden that we had went up into the tree. Go through that a little bit more later on. You've got to recognize this monstrosity. It's our raised bed. We just planted this out yesterday with seeds, radishes, beets, carrots. We hope to have a constant rotation in here just to keep us in supply of these things. Here's our greenhouse, just pure empty. A couple pots left in here of things that just didn't sprout, but just empty shelves. I haven't seen it like this since the end of January. We did keep a couple of tomato plants out just in case there's a frost, and the ones that we have in the ground kick the bucket. Speaking of the bucket, the fish in that trash can are doing quite well. They very much enjoy their little home in there. That's fish food. Lolo Faye just fed the fish. There's a lot of water that runs off of this roof in rainstorms, and I try and collect as much as I can by putting up some swales in the bottom of it. The side of the garage also acts as a good solar reflector. It extends the daylight period a little bit for the plants planted alongside of it. So that's it. That's our planting day. If you want to see how this garden progresses in the future, please subscribe. There'll be more updates coming. I'll probably be out here every couple of weeks just doing a quick recap of how things are growing and what we're doing, changing, updating, learning, those kinds of things. Thanks for watching.